Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today for another weekly weigh-in to see how much progress I'm making in my fitness journey. If you saw the chit chat video I loaded up on Monday, you know that I'm really apprehensive about heading into the restroom and doing the weigh-in and measurements because my weekend travel really threw off my weight loss plan. And I talked a little bit about what about traveling made that so difficult. And one thing for me going back home to a small southern town was, one, my family does not cook, so that means we eat out a lot, and that's just part of our family culture. We just go out to eat a lot rather than cooking. It's been that way for decades. And two, it's so hard to make wise decisions at restaurants. And I think I talked about, trying to be more prepared on the blog about looking at restaurant menus ahead of time. Well, I didn't have the opportunity to do that this weekend, so definitely took away some lessons learned. Started out Friday night going out to dinner. Great intentions to have a healthy dinner, but then it was well balanced, I guess you would say. It was healthy in some aspects, but unhealthy in others because there was mashed potatoes and gravy. And then as the weekend went on, I became more relaxed, more lenient, and was willing to just eat the fast food. I ended up having Subway, and that was not part of my plan when I went out on this journey to begin with. I didn't want to have, big bulky subs and sandwiches with lots of processed bread. I ended up having that for dinner another night, and then going out for lunch, I had barbecue, and barbecue might not be the most unhealthy depending on how it's prepared. Let's just say in Gaston County, it's very unhealthy. There had to be at least a cup of mayonnaise in my coleslaw. It was delicious, and sometimes I think you just have to give yourself a little bit of grace when you're going through weight loss, and kind of remember that, take it from an 80-20 perspective. 80% of the time, try to really stay on track, and then 20% of the time, if you slip, that's going to be okay. It will happen, but it just gives you a chance. Every day is a new start. There's a new chance to start over and start fresh. So without further ado, let's go ahead, move into the bathroom. I'll change into the same outfit I've been wearing all these weeks to do the weigh-in and the measurements and see where we are. Hopefully we see progress. If we see slipping, we know where that's from, and we'll talk about that when I get out. Hey everyone, so we're in the bathroom and it's time for our weekly weigh-in. So I got my scale down here. I have a tape measure here. So let's go ahead and see what the results are. Well, I am a little surprised. It's 150. So it's 150. Last week it was 152.6. So even though I had a bad weekend, I still managed to lose over 2 pounds. So that's really surprising. I don't understand that. I don't know the logic behind that. It might just be because I work out so well the rest of the time during the week or what. But let's move on to the measurements. So the hip is 41, and I think that's what it was last time, so that hasn't changed. The lower waist is now at 36, so that's another half measurement down, so I've lost about 1 inch there. The really high part of the waist is still, well, it's a little less than 31. It's about 30 and a half, so half 1 inch there. And then no change in the bust. Oh, forgot the thigh. Let's check out the thigh. And no change in the thigh. So that is really surprising, guys. I wasn't expecting to be down to 150 already. I also wasn't expecting to have lost any inches because of just the issues with eating healthy while I was traveling. So this is all good news. So I'm gonna put my clothes back on and let's do a recap. Okay guys, I was not expecting to see weight loss on the scale. I am extremely shocked. I'm pleasantly surprised, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see that there was movement on the scale in the right direction. But I feel like with last weekend, I really was playing Russian roulette with my diet. And I did not make the healthiest decisions. And I'm concerned because this weekend I'm going to be traveling again. And I don't want to make the same mistakes. So I mentioned this on my Monday vlog as well, that I am going to come up with a plan and I'm going to share it with you guys exactly what I want to do this coming weekend to avoid the mistakes of last weekend. Really, it's going to be like a how to stick to healthy eating and your diet while on the road and traveling. Now, one caveat is I know that there'll be 2 meals that I have to eat out on Saturday, and I'm going to have to give myself some grace in that area as well. Try to make healthy decisions, so I might try to order the healthiest thing I can on the menu and allow myself to indulge and eat all of it if I like, or if I want to pick something that is a little bit more savory, a little bit outside of the original health plan, then I need to really stick to the portion sizes and maybe cut that meal in half. And I think that will really help with just moving along in the right direction. But Thursday I want to do a check-in with you guys. I'm going to show you the cooler that I'm packing and taking with me, and you know, what type of breakfast and snacks I'm going to be taking with me as I travel to kind of keep myself on track, knowing that my first stop will be my parents' home again, and I've got to be prepared for that. I do not want to gain back the weight that I've already lost over the last couple weeks. So I'm going to try to stick to that diet this weekend. Coming with me this week and doing the check-in. I hope to see you guys later this week with my next video and checking in with you next Monday after my travels. Have a wonderful rest of your week, guys. Bye!